I'm going to put in some salt. I'm going to put in some pepper. And that's really it. You don't have to do all that stuff. If you want, yeah, you can go in with some bell pepper and all that kind of stuff. For those of you that like to go to that certain restaurant and eat salmon as if, you know, whatever. That might have been too much flour. Okay, and then an egg. 1 egg per can. I'm going to use my little brown egg. I got a couple of brown eggs left. I'm going to go with a brown egg. And I usually do 1 egg per can. Alright, that's it. Some flour, salt, pepper. Oh, onion. Don't get it twisted. Don't think I ain't going in there with some onion. If you ain't got onion, don't even make salmon. Don't make me none, at least. I got to have onion. And luckily I have half an onion, even though I have not been to the store in forever since we did the travel. Oh, this onion smells so good. Since I've been traveling. And you know, you guys know I haven't gotten back on my schedule yet. But shout out to y'all and thanking me and telling me how much you enjoy watching me in the kitchen and so forth. I got like half an onion over here, y'all. It's all going in. Wait a minute, I gotta think. Oh, she got red onion. My daughter's coming home. She's gonna make the carnivore. Usually I cook on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So the other days the family has kind of pretty much fend for themselves. And one thing we've always had in this household, in my household, everybody always has a day to cook. And everybody has what they like to cook. Like, you know, Petty Betty, you already know Petty Betty. Petty Betty fries everything. You know when you walk in the house, Petty Betty's cooking because all you hear is that big sizzle, right? Everything's sizzling. Carnivore, that's the one who don't allow me to say her name, nor put her image or any likeness of her on social media, except for when she come in here bothering us when we live streaming. She likes to grill everything. In fact, she already texted this morning, I'm going to stop by for lunch and marinate the pork stuff she got in there. And I said, is that your way of saying don't touch it? She said, yeah. Okay, so she's going to come today and cook dinner. So she likes to grill everything. Then I have the vegetarian daughter. Even though she will make our favorite meats and all that kind of stuff, she don't taste it. So we have to, you know, go with what she cooks. But even though she is an excellent cook, everybody's an excellent cook in the family. Because we've all had two cooks. Everybody has their days. So you guys are over there looking at that pot, that batch. I'm just over here on the cutting board chopping some onions right quick to go in it. Which I'm just going to come over there and just jump in. I like large onion chunks in my salmon. Like I said, don't give me no salmon without onions. I have had it with, you know, bell pepper and all that, but I just feel like that's kind of over the top. Because most of the time when you're making salmon croquettes, you usually just cooking it for breakfast or lunch. I don't know that too many people really even have it for dinner. Or even if they have it for dinner, it's because they're having breakfast or brunch for dinner. Like last night, I came in late from the concert. I finally went to a concert. Y'all, it's been about maybe 4 years since I've been to an outdoor concert venue. Or a concert for that matter. You know, I love small venue stuff. But I went to see Trombone Shorty last night. I was supposed to, before that, go and see Gladys Knight and the OJs. But when I got back from my son's trip, I was too tired. I don't know why I thought I could fly home and just roll on out to a concert. So I missed that one. Even though I've seen Gladys Knight up close and personal at the Mayor's Ball when she was the concert, the show. Because at the end of the Mayor's Ball, there's always a performer. You know, last year it was Tyrese. Before that it was Johnny Gill. Before that, I think one year they had Shaka Khan. Let me tell you, if you live in a city that has the Masked Mayor's Ball, which is for the United Negro College Fund, UNCF, go for some of these galas. They have some great artists. You know, you heard Trump said Aretha worked for him, and everybody got like all upset. But let me tell you something. A lot of these celebrities, they love performing for these millionaires. Well, not millionaires, because it costs a couple of million for them to perform. But a lot of these artists perform at these billionaire parties, going and doing concerts and stuff for you, that's just passive income. A lot of their money comes from going over there, all those oil tycoons and American billionaires. You know, we got a few billionaires running around here performing at their birthday parties. You know, that's why you don't see them up in the concert. They're like, look, I'm just going to hire Beyonce to come to my party, right? Or Jay-Z and all that kind of stuff. In fact, that's how, y'all better know, that's how Jay-Z and Beyonce met. Everybody trying to figure out how did Jay-Z hook up with Beyonce. They were at one of them events for one of those oil tycoons, and they were only two black people in the room. And Jay-Z, he didn't tell that story in America. He told that story in an international interview of how they met. They were like two black people at this event, and that's one of the ways. I mean, of course, naturally, being in the American music industry, but you want to get along with Beyonce. That's how he got a chance to get along with Beyonce. That's why I said you better go to some of these galas if you want to come up like that. Jonathan and Eddie, hey, Cassandra Mason, Mercury is out of retrograde, so no stress, no fussing. I feel like it's coming out, so you need to come on out too. So I'll be waiting on you to bring wine, like I said. What? I bring wine. Come on. I'm getting ready to make these salmons, and I'm going to hook up some eggs and some toast. I don't think I want any grits, although I do have some excellent cheese. But I don't think I want grits. I'm not going to make no grits. It's well into the afternoon. All right, I'm just going to keep my flour out because I want to make sure I have enough flour. I got an egg in there. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to stir that up. I'm not going to use my hands since I'm all up on this camera. Is that Jonathan Jackson? Okay, let me make sure I had the right Jonathan. All right, so I got an egg in here. I'm just going to go ahead and just break this up. And just break it up to the consistency that you want within some of y'all call them cakes, salmon cakes. Some of y'all doing that lustrous crab cake. I can't eat seafood. And I try to do the artificial. My daughter was like, no, you better go ahead and leave that alone as well. So I got a little salt in here and a little pepper. And I look like I might need a little bit more flour because I'm seeing a little more egg than I want. But I think it might be good. Because basically, you know, you just want the consistency of where it will make a nice cake for you, or croquette, as they call it here in the South. Let me see. I just want to make sure. What I don't want to do, yep, that's going to be fine. What I don't want to do is put it in the pan and then I have all that egg going around in my pan. And you know what the biggest debate my mom and I used to have about salmon croquettes? Wow, you always want somebody else to cook. She used to love hers like crispy, and I love mine just slightly brown and nice and warm on the inside. I don't need it to cook. So we still debate about that. And you got to imagine that the debate between my mom and I had spilled over into the daughters and my kids, and my son, he don't even bother with it. He don't even, halftime, he don't even eat what, and that's probably why I stopped cooking for him, because he'll come home and he just don't eat what we eat. So, of course, you can tell that's why he's more fit than we are. But I got salt in here, a little salt, a little pepper. And then if you needed to ask, I think I probably used maybe about a couple tablespoons of flour. All right? And I'm just trying to get to a consistency. Notice I ain't throw no breadcrumbs over in there. Some people like to then batter their salmon croquettes. If you ever had it with meal, some people like depending on, I guess, the part of the country that you're from, maybe deeper south. I've been invited to a croquette meal here and there, and I noticed that sometimes some people have a flour meal mixture ratio or whatever, or they will make the cake and then kind of coat it in something on the outside. I did not put in my Dr. Flavor spices because I like my salmon just salt and pepper. All right, so now I'm just going to put enough oil in the pan that's going to come up the side of my salmon, because we're going to flip it over. But I'm just going to do a nice little bit of oil in there just to seal it when I first put it in there. I'm going to get a hot oil pan to seal it when I first put it in there, and then just come up the sides. Because we're going to give it about one turn or whatever. I got a little bit of vegetable oil. A little bit of vegetable oil left there. See, just enough to coat the bottom of that pan. Don't need a lot because it does and it will drain up that oil. So while that is getting hot, I'm gonna grab some more eggs. I'm trying to think what my daughter's making. I don't want to use up all the eggs, but I think I want a little bit of scrambled egg with this cheese egg. I want just some cheese eggs back there in that side. Which is actually what I ate last night. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cheese eggs to go with my lunch, my brunch. So once I get that first batch in there, and I probably should do that on the back. Alright. So I'm gonna do a little bit of put a little butter in that pan, so when I get this in there, I can get that going. We'll let that sit in there. So before I put that in there, I'm gonna go ahead and let my grease get hot, and then I'm probably gonna end up needing this pan for 2, because I want to probably go 3 and then have 2. Usually out of 1 can. I make a pretty big salmon croquette, and I usually can get between 4 and 5 out of a can. Used to be when I had everybody home, I had to do 2 cans. So basically, I'm gonna just grab a little bit of this salmon over here, and we're gonna go, and I just make me a little round, and I put that in. My pan's not hot. Basically, first and foremost, I want to make sure my oil is hot. So what I would do is just drop a little piece in there. And as you see that little piece went in there, that is not hot yet. So while that's getting hot, I'm going to go over here and whip up my eggs right quick so I can then just dump that in there when I take that salmon out of there. And let me do me a couple eggs right quick. Get my eggs ready here. So when I take the last batch out, I can then go with, and then I'm gonna need to do some bread for my toast. Let me get the toaster going over here. And yeah, I'm kind of anal on cooking. When I'm finished, I want to go sit down and eat. So I try to straighten up while I'm cooking. I like to get it all done. I'm looking at everybody coming in. Hey Valerie, hey Patricia. So I'm letting that oil get hot. I got a pan back there for some eggs. And so here's my batter if you guys didn't see. There's my salmon. And I dropped a little piece of onion in there, so it's getting ready to sizzle. So that heat's coming off of there. What I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna go ahead and just whip me up 2 eggs that I'm gonna scramble with some cheese. Everybody want to have some conversation. It's Monday. Let's do Mindful Monday, okay? We can talk about the box office. We can talk about the fact that Boots is the guy that did the movie that y'all pretty ain't much not talking about. The Sorry to Bother You with Lakeith. Now we love Lakeith, and I thought he did a great job using Lakeith. I just didn't like Sorry to Bother You. It was Sorry to Bother You. It's supposed to be like this amazing think movie, but it was like, I didn't like the way it was made, so I didn't think about it. And then BlackkKlansman. So he has written apparently a 3-page critique that he has posted on Twitter, and he gives us a little bit more insight into the quote-unquote police officer that BlackkKlansman is supposed to be about. And he says that even though the movie did not pay enough attention to the fact that they sent Ron Stallworth to the Stokely, to Kwame Ture and the black groups to infiltrate them first. He said that the movie, there we go. He said the movie didn't pay. He's basically saying the movie didn't pay enough attention to that, and that Ron, being the black cop, he infiltrated the black organizations, and we need to pay a little bit more attention to that part first. And naturally, I think he would point that out because that's what he was trying to do, you know, his movie, Sorry to Bother You, was a conspiracy type movie, you know, breaking the myths, the conspiracy. Yeah, we get about 4 salmon out of here, guys. The myths of conspiracy. So, you know, and I love that he opened our eyes to that, because I was like, wait a minute. Even though this guy stopped to go and figure out, you know, what was going on with the Klan, they did hire him to go and you know, it gave me pause. I'm going to go ahead and push these down. So I got my balls in there. Now I just want them. That's why I say I like for my grease to be nice and hot. So to go ahead and seal the bottom of my salmon, especially if I don't know if I got my consistency right. I'm concerned about that little breakage right there. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and wash out my dishes here while that's cooking. And then I'm going to get my egg on when I turn that. So he was saying, do your research, don't just take it. And you know what, I'm always concerned when Spike Lee takes a job. You know, we're not getting the same Spike that we got 20 years ago when it was revolutionary for Spike to make a movie. We got to be mindful when Spike is hired, okay? Just like you gotta be mindful when Omarosa is hired. No, I'm not trying to say Spike and Omarosa, but I'm just saying, black folk, as a diaspora, we have to be concerned when those of us who move out of a leadership role and into employment roles. Spike did that movie, you know, they did those movies as employees of these companies now that just want to have some black content. And so he questioned also about, you know, doing a black officer movie at a time when we are where we are with Black Lives Matter, and you know them just kind of overlooking or just going right past. I'm just gonna get up some of this little mess I got down here. So he talked about that. So I gotta go back and fully read it. But he posted it on Twitter. I love how he posted it on Twitter. And I mean, it's not in tweets. He posted images of the essay. So as you can see, my salmon is already browning on the outside. I'm going to grab my other device here and just get me a little bit of snap going on here. Alright, then I'm going to get ready to just turn this over. Because as you can see, it cooks fast. If you haven't tried it, try it. Don't be afraid of it. Let's see if I can get it to move around. See, because my grease was hot, nice and hot, it's browning. I'm going to push my toast down over here. My egg's going in that pan right there. I got it on. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get these turned. See that nice golden brown I got going on there. This is the one I was worried about because it had like a little split in there. See that? And that's all it takes, guys. That's all it takes. I'm messing it up. That's all it takes. Get back in there and brown for me. There you go. That's all it takes. Don't be afraid. I hate when it's so cold in here, it messes up the video. Alright, I was trying to get about 5 or 6 seconds of video. Go ahead and drop the egg in there. You can tell I'm getting ready to eat. Breakfast. A little salt on my eggs. A little pepper on my eggs back there. I love pepper on my eggs. And then I'm going to hit them eggs off with a little bit of cheese. I'm going to do a little bit of that what's his name? Gordon Ramsay. Put the eggs on, stir the eggs, take the eggs off, stir the eggs. Put the eggs on, stir the eggs, take the eggs off, stir the eggs. Give me a nice little fluffy, moving it from the heat, giving it a stir. Put it back on, put it back on. I'm like really Gordon Ramsay, stir them doggone eggs, let's eat. Alright, just give me a little bit of scramble going on there. Now, normally I would have had me some over medium eggs, but I know y'all probably would fret over all that yolk. I didn't catch my egg in time, so there we go. All right, so we got our egg that's going over there. Salmon's getting ready to come off. Put that on a plate. Put my salmon on the plate. Put my salmon on the plate. Put my salmon on the plate. Salmon's coming out. Now, yeah, I would put a little paper towel on here just to get that oil off of there. And as you can see from one can, I got 4 nice big juices. And again, I like mine just nice and juicy. I'm gonna put it on a paper towel, let that oil drain out of there. Look at that, nice big juicy salmon. Family gonna be like jumping on my video like, dang, how she gonna make salmon? I was just home for lunch. My daughter, you better believe she gonna text me because she came home for lunch and I hadn't made lunch yet. All right, let me get the stove off here before I burn something up though. And I won't dare sit this hot pan, this plate on there. So I've got me some eggs. I made me a little bit of scrambled eggs. Look at that, I'm burning up something. See that flash fire? That's what I say, you gotta be careful. I think I threw some oil over there. But there you go. Salmon croquettes. Come on, thing, I need you to chill out. All right, I can't sit this down because I got this paper towel. There. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna have lunch. Put my egg on the plate. Do I want some toast? I don't think I want toast. I think I got some jelly, some of my favorite jelly in there. I think I got some of my favorite jelly in there. There we go. Give me a fork. Give me a fork and a fork and a fork. There we go. And there we have it. And I'll show you guys the inside of that. So as you can see, the salmon stays nice and juicy. Nice and juicy. Look at that onion. Big globs of onion. See, I love onion. Can y'all see that? I see comments. Hold on, let me get the comments out of the way so I can see. There we go. Okay, now I can see what I'm doing. All right, so as you can see, look at the smoke. There you go. Is that better? All right, so I'm just gonna have a little bit of cheese and egg and salmon. Always best when you eat it. Any kind of fish, you want to cook it and eat it. But salmon, I always have some left over. It's nice and sweet. A little salt, a little pepper. You don't need all that. You don't need to put a bunch of seasoning, a couple of, a little bit of oil in your pan. It's good, nice and hot too. And this is my brunch. Oh my goodness. Okay. On that note, I'm gonna say goodbye. I'll check the comments in a minute. I think Shay's heading over for some wine. Y'all have a good day. Bye.